Hi guys, thanks for joining. In this lesson we're going to talk about rainbow hands. I'm going to give a little demonstration, and they're never too young. Well, they can be a little bit too young when they're babies, or one, but even a 2-year-old can just join in. If it's a big group from 2 to 6, then yeah, the little 2-year-olds can just sort of have a go and move. But we're demonstrating rainbow hands, and the kids will love it. The older they are, the more they'll get into it. You can do this right up to adults and elderly. They love it. Okay, it's about getting energy into us, and we're using our hands and our imagination to do that in a really creative way. And we're using rainbows. So you go through the rainbows, red and yellow, pink and green, orange, purple, blue. Add some gold and silver, maybe some white speckles. Or you can just ask them to make up their own colours. So the idea is to put a colour on each finger. Okay, once all the fingers have colours, so we're imagining that. And for the young ones, you might want to show them a rainbow or show them some pictures of, people swirling with colours around them, just to really help them understand and embrace this idea. Okay, and so what you'll do is ask them to, you can do it 2 ways. I like to do the canvas first, but you don't have to. So the canvas is, we're going to ask them to imagine that there's a white canvas just in front of them and ask them to paint that canvas. So they're just painting, and they might do finger paintings with different colours. So they're imagining all of this. There's an imaginary canvas, imaginary paint, and they're painting their canvas. Okay, and so at the end of that, they're looking at their beautiful canvas in their mind, and then you're going to ask them to breathe that in. Just breathe that energy in. Just breathing in those colours, breathing in that beautiful creation. Okay, so we're getting into some deep breathing for them. Then after that, or if you don't want to do that one, just don't put that one in, and you're just going to ask them to make their rainbows in the room. In the actual room that they're in, they're going to imagine that the whole room is a space where they can fill with colour, and that colour is coming from their fingertips. And you're going to demonstrate. Throw the colour around. Again, show them pictures of rainbows, pictures of people, swirling in their own colour. And you're just going to just keep demonstrating and doing it with them. You're painting the room, be saying, let's throw blue all the way over into the corner. Make a whole rainbow of fingers and paint that through the center of the room and right to the end of the room. So you're giving that demonstration, you're doing it with them. And then once you feel like they've had enough, just for a few minutes, maybe you can do up to 5, just gauge the group, gauge the rough, the energy of about the middle of the group. How they're going? Are they still really, really enjoying it? Or can you see they're kind of maybe getting tired arms, or maybe, they're starting to lose their focus. So just let that be the basis of how long you do it for. But hopefully you can get them going for 5 minutes. Once that's done, then you're going to ask them to just look at all their beautiful colours and then start to breathe them in. Breathe all that beautiful energy into their hearts, or into their minds, into their tummies. Okay, so we're just asking them to breathe it all in. And so they're using their imagination and just imagining the colours. Breathing in the rainbow. All right, so they're just imagining breathing all those colours back in, and then you're asking them how they feel. They should be feeling calm but very energized and alert. Now it's up to you whether you're going to take that again. See, what was their energy like? Did they just wear their little bodies out just doing it for 5 minutes and that's enough? Or, do you feel like they could do it again? And if they can do it again, get them to imagine taking those colours outside of their kindy room all the way into the playground. Okay, or they could even see if you could make a bit bigger area, or just ask them to imagine, see how far they can get those colors in their own imagination. When you're working with adults, you can get them to put those colors all throughout the world. Okay, and so however far that they can put those colors, maybe they can send those colors to their home. Okay, little ones aren't going to be able to send the colors that far because they don't have, you know, that spatial imagination of geography, other than outside of the kindy or the way home. You know, it's just not that big. So we just keep it in what we know they're going to be able to definitely do, which is, you know, to their house and back. The younger ones, not even, you know, they're only probably going to do it in the room and then just outside the room. All right, so gauge what group you've got as well. Same concept. Once they've got those colours all the way to their house, then they're going to breathe them back in. Just breathing them all back in, imagining all that energy going back into themselves. And then you can, you know, say to them, that energy is still out there. It's still all beautiful. You've made that space all beautiful, but now it's also inside of you. You have all those beautiful colors inside of you, and you've got all that energy inside of you. And then you're asking them how they feel. And this really does work. It really is a way to just energize the body. So, you know, do it yourself. Really practice and do it, and then you will see what I'm talking about. It really does work. So after that, you know, if you've only done 5 minutes, that's fine. If you've done it twice, so you're up to 10 minutes, ask them to just journal, drawing journals. And that might even be paint. You might take them now to paint that. Or otherwise, just crayon on paper, and get them to just use the crayon to just journal their experience. You're just going to ask them, I want you to use your crayons and your colors now and just journal your experience. Draw a picture of you spreading that color around. Maybe if they spread it to their house, you could include your house in the picture and where you put the colors on your house. So giving them that time to just come into themselves, do some creative work with, so you're developing the fine motor skills as well, still working in that field of the creativity and the imagination. Then after that, you can ask them, you know, let's all share one at a time, show your picture and tell us a little bit about it. So you've got that communication and they're sharing, and, you know, learning to put their thoughts into words in a way that they can share with the group. Okay, so that's, you know, if you've got them doing the exercise for 5, you've got them drawing for 5, they might even draw for a little longer. Then they've got the sharing for probably maybe 10 minutes that'll go for. If you've got a bit of a warm up before then for 5 minutes, which is, you know, really just stretching them out. If you're going to, remember when you're planning your lessons, depending on what you're going to get them to do, make that part of where you're going to get your warm up from. So obviously they're going to be using their arms a lot and their fingers and that. And so make your warm up something that's really relevant to what they're going to do. You know, so open up their top half, stretching and just warming up those muscles for them so they're ready. Don't tire them out with the warm up, but yeah, just some warm up, you know, making the shoulders go round, whatever you do for them to warm it up. But you know, just a few minutes of warm up. And of course before that you've got your welcome song as well. And it's always a good idea to always go around and just get everyone to say their name, because a child can be in a centre for 3 months, 6 months, longer, and still not know everyone's name. So go around, get them to say their names is good for you as well. Okay, and so, it's an easy 30-minute lesson. You just can end it with some stretching or a little chat about energy and how we can share good energy. End it like that, and put in maybe a little meditation, a little mindfulness of breath in there for 1 minute, or a little loving kindness where they're thinking about whoever's in their home, whoever they live with, and sending that loving energy to them. And I mean, they've already made that mental pathway with their hands and all that, so you're just getting them to send that energy from the heart. So you're putting together a whole lesson easily for 30-40 minutes, just based on that one little activity, as the main focus being getting them to paint rainbows, spread that energy, bring that energy back in. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, and please share in our private group how that turned out for you. If you've got other ideas as well, bring them into the group. And I really want to hear how you're going as Flowform instructors, and how you're delivering it, how it's turning out for you, and all the rest of it. All right, thanks for listening. Bye for now.